So the next part of the Transformer Thursday by Hasbro Pulse is our Shattered Glass edition. So every single month we've been getting a new pre-order for our latest Shattered Glass editions to the Wave 2 of the Shattered Glass collection. And last month we had Blaster, and today we are going to be talking about what we thought was going to be Shattered Glass Wheeljack, because we had two listings that were online that kind of gave us an indication of what our next two Shattered Glasses were going to be. But it's kind of Wheeljack, but it kind of isn't. Let's talk about our Transformers Shattered Glass Slicer. So before we jump into it, kind of an explanation here. So back in 1991, there was 1991, there was the Transformers Action Master line. Wheeljack was part of that. They did a repaint of that Wheeljack mold into a character called Slicer, a Decepticon version of Wheeljack. Different character completely, different personality, everything. It was a UK exclusive. He came with a Action Master accessory, which was shared with a other Action Master character called Rumbler. And he had this giant, dune buggy that transformed into an exo-suit. Action Masters themselves didn't transform. It was their accessories that transformed. And that was that. Fast forward a couple years later, and, Bakon was like, hey, we got that, Energon downshift mold that clearly is, Superlink Wheeljack. Why don't we repaint that into Slicer for our Bakon 2010 UK G2 extravaganza? And so we ended up getting Decepticon Slice. They couldn't call it Slicer. I think they probably called it Slice because there was a G.I. Joe character named Slice, and they probably already had that in the Hasbro trademark, so just keep it simple for a Bakon exclusive, not even a retail thing. And that was that. And then the most we would get of Slicer afterwards is a little bit of a color homage through, Transformers Prime's Wheeljack. His Energon version had Slicer colors. That was really it. Now we have Shattered Glass Slicer. And it's obviously Shattered Glass Wheeljack because that's Wheeljack's Shattered Glass colors as he was depicted in the comics. And I think it looks great. It's exactly how I imagined it would look like using that Earthrise Wheeljack mold. It's fantastic. It gives people an opportunity to own a character that really, once again, kind of like Minerva that I talked about a few days ago, every version of that character was difficult to get. The original Action Master version was difficult to get. The Bakon exclusive one was difficult to get. The Energon Big Bad Toy Store Transformers Prime version was difficult to get. None of those had a proper retail space in the Western market. So here's a way that you could potentially get this one here at Walmart. You add to the fact that Mark went the extra layer of the Action Master love and the double duty, as I call it, where it's an Action Master toy, it's also a Shattered Glass toy, but leaning more on the Action Master toy, he comes with a Weaponizer that is a repaint of the Fast Track mold to look like his original Dune Buggy exo-suit from his Action Master. So an extra little emphasis on that, and using all those Weaponizer pieces, he kind of put together a Dune Buggy mode that could be used, and an exo-suit mode that could be kind of used, using those hot pinks and the reds that the original Action Master one used to really invoke that 90s craziness. I think it's fantastic. I think Mark, in a lot of ways, is so much of a fan like we are that we almost don't deserve him because of the amount of emphasis on those kind of cool little throwbacks and extra stuff. It could have just been a straight up repaint of the Wheeljack mold and that's it. The fact that the Weaponizer is included to give that extra push is really cool. And he said also the fact that it's the red and the pink, and because that Fast Track mold and the Rorichi mold was intended to be also as kind of a Tyrant Spear, or the dagger, not the dagger, the spear, but it was called Tyrant Spear in Master Force, but the spear weapon that was used with Black Zarek was red, so considering that Rorochi is gold and doesn't really match the correct colors of the red spear that comes with Black Zarek, here's a red spear, you could do that, now you got a better version. There's a lot going on here. There is a lot going on here that I really, really appreciate, And it just shows the love and the attention. But there is more. So on top of all of that, this shattered glass slicer also comes with 2 brand new weapons. Now, these 2 brand new weapons have an articulation on the back where it could be plugged into the vehicle mode and wrap around from the back. And they are done in translucent red. How is this an homage again? Well, the original shattered glass Wheeljack, aka Decepticon Slice, aka Slicer from Bakon, was based on the Energon downshift mold, which came with 2 translucent accessories, which plugged in on the side of him. So in order to continue that kind of aesthetic that looks like the original Bakon 2010 toy based off of an Energon toy that also used Energon weapons that were also translucent plastic that also plugged in, they managed to find a way to put articulation on the gun so they could plug in the back so they could wrap around the front so it looks exactly like the Energon toy. Oh my God, I can't believe they did that. The fact that they went out of their way to have an Energon homage to a Bakon homage, to keep that in there, that is bananas. That is absolutely crazy. Again, we don't deserve these guys. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. There is so much going on there. And Mark pretty much saying, you know, I want to do this kind of stuff so you could complete these little mini collections. Complete your Diaclone collection, complete your Action Master collection. He was showing it with Jackpot to say, like, you know, get more Action Masters in your collection. So a lot of cool stuff there. A lot of cool stuff there. Also, the new cover for the comic that's going to be included with it, with the pre-order by Casey Collar, looks fantastic too. This is going to go up for pre-order as of this recording. The pre-order's up right now for premium Hasbro Pulse people at 2 p.m. It's going to be available for everyone else. Looks fantastic. It's, I believe, $45.99 is going to be the price, which is pretty much, you know, that's not bad considering you're getting 2 deluxes, and considering what the current price for deluxes are right now at $24.99, you're actually saving a little money, and you're getting a comic book, and you're getting extra accessories that were not included with the original figure because you get Wheeljack's traditional stuff that was included with them and the extra weapons. So fantastic price, fantastic throwback, a lot of love and passion put behind this one. I can't say any more. I think it looks great. The only other thing that Mark mentioned from like little veneering and details, he said the little Decepticon logo on his shoulder, he went with a pink because he wanted to again go with that 90s pink, hot pink, crazy colors that the 90s were back in the day. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Mark will not be at San Diego Comic-Con if you want to shake his hand. He will be on his honeymoon that weekend, but all the other Hasbro staff will be there. But if you ever get a chance to see Mark, shake his hand, man, because he really did some good stuff. Now, Isabel kind of teased at what the next Shattered Glass that's going to be revealed is, and that is Soundwave. We knew that we were going to be getting a Soundwave, but she kind of confirmed in a lot of ways that next month is going to be Soundwave who we're going to see. So be sure to tune in for that. A lot of crazy stuff, a lot of cool things. I like when we go deep into this kind of stuff and it really shows all the crazy history of Transformers. We still have one more segment to talk about, so be sure to stay tuned, and we're going to cover that one very soon.